Hello YouTube people, in today's video I'll review a bunch of new straps that I got from AliExpress. All these straps are cheaper than 10 euros and there are a lot more straps than you see currently on the table, and I will show you what's good, what's bad about them, and I'll show you how they look like on some watches. And the point of today's video is not really a video which you would watch as a whole. This video is just a supplementary information for my website. Let me quickly show you what do I mean by that. So here we are on my website thomaswatchreviews.com on the main page. So what you have to do, just go on to menu section on top and you see straps. Click on straps and in this section you will see every single strap that I use in my videos. And all of these straps are actually good enough for the given price point that I could recommend buying from AliExpress. So simply choose the strap that you like the look of. For example, let's choose this wool wave leather strap, which I like very much. And what you find here is my sample pictures of how this strap actually looks like on my chosen watch. There is short description of what I like about the given strap, of what I don't like. So generally speaking, you don't even need to watch the video. Save your time and just read the description and that's it. And you will find several links to AliExpress, several because prices might be different and some shops might have it sold out. So just in case, I add a few extra links to AliExpress. And here we come to the YouTube review, and what happens if you click on this YouTube review link is that it points you to the timestamp in the video where I review that exact strap. So you don't need to watch the whole video. You just go to my website, click on YouTube review on the strap that you like, and you will be directed to the timestamp where I review that particular strap. So this is what this video is for. This video is sponsored by AliExpress. AliExpress gave me a budget to buy things for my videos, and that's what I did. I bought a bunch of straps. Thank you, AliExpress. In no particular order, let's begin with Milanese mesh style bracelets. And you've been telling me for quite a while to get these bracelets for my videos, and I finally did. So let me show you what I got. By the way, the price was 4 euros, roughly 4.50 euros per piece, and I got 18mm version, 20 and 22. Sadly, there was no such thing as 19mm version. So, and also there are two options, 0.6mm size and 1mm size. And what do they mean by that? I believe is the size of the grain, of this single little grain. So I got one that's 1mm in size. Well, roughly this grain is about 1mm in thickness. I went for the bigger one because I just like bigger grain, how it looks like. I think it looks a little bit more muscular, a little bit more manly, less feminine, and I just how I like it looking like. Anyway, let me slide those watches aside and let's begin with this one, 18mm version. And by the way, how is the quality? Honestly, there is absolutely nothing to complain about. No sharpness. They are fairly flexible, and if not flexible enough, you can squeeze them and bend them a little bit. They're very easy to adjust. I will show you later on how to adjust this clasp. And they're very comfortable. No sharpness, doesn't pull hair, and they are very shiny. So they look great. So that's how it hooks in place, and that's how it looks like on this Red Star watch. And I think it looks awesome. It's a very nice combination. I'm just not sure about this gap on this watch because lugs are rather long on this watch. It looks perfect. It looks perfect on this watch because lugs are basically underneath the case. But about this one a little bit later. So first of all, about this one. And the size of my wrist you can find in the video description. So looks awesome, feels awesome, and the price was just around 4.50 euros. So the price is the subject to change, but I believe for this price it's ridiculously nice strap. And I think it's a good quality strap as well. There is absolutely nothing to complain about. That's how ends looking like. And by the way, the thickness is, as I measured, yeah, 2.8 millimeters on all of them. Yeah, so really recommend. If you like the look for the given price point, they are just awesome. And even forget the price point, they are just good straps. I think they are good straps. Now this watch, I chose this watch because I think as a 20 millimeter example, this watch looks just wonderful on this Milanese strap. It looks like original. It looks like it should come straight from the factory. I mean, this watch looks like it should be like that out of the box on this strap, you know what I mean? That's just great how it looks. Oh my god, it looks great. Oh Gida, by the way, let me get those hands a little bit out of the way so you could see the brand name of the watch. A very cheap watch, very cheap, usually costs around 6 euros. Highly recommended. It's awesome watch. This is awesome, very beautiful watch. And I mean, just look how it looks on this mesh style bracelet. Amazing, really amazing. I'm happy that I bought these mesh bracelets. Thank you for recommending me these. Now another watch, 22 millimeter example. I chose this Adidas dial with this sunset orange, beautiful dial. And what I really like, what I noticed, that the pattern, the texture of this bracelet really matches the side of the bezel, these teeth, very nicely. I mean, it's basically the size of these teeth is the same as the size of the grain on this Milanese mesh bracelet, and I think it looks wonderful on this watch. Hold on a second, let me move those hands away so you could see the brand name of the watch, which is Adidas dial. Yeah, so that's how it looks like. Let me put it on the wrist. Sorry for taking a long time, but that's my plan. I'm not gonna rush. Let's do everything nicely and slowly. I want to show you everything. And yeah, also it's a big strap, 22 millimeters, but for such a big watch it actually feels fine. It secures this watch in place nicely, feels steady, feels comfortable. The only one thing you should keep in mind, especially on heavy watches like this one, and especially if the watch is sporty and you intend to do some kind of sports activities, these clasps are something that you shouldn't really trust very much, because they can catch onto things and unhook rather easily. You can actually tighten these hooks a little bit, you know, you can a little bit bend them and make them a little bit stronger, but just keep in mind these clasps should not be trusted very much. They are easy to use, but on something this heavy, if you do some kind of physical activities, you could potentially lose a watch, you know. That's, yeah, so these are not very secure, but other than that, they are actually awesome. Now about these clasps, let me demonstrate one thing. The size of my wrist you can find in the description, and let me show you how much of the strap is still left after getting the perfect fitment. So that's how much is still left, and let me demonstrate you how to resize this clasp for yourself. So let me give you a good look. So you simply put in this some kind of sharp tool inside and bend it backwards like that. That's it. Right now the clasp is loose to free slide across the bracelet, and on the back of the bracelet you can see there are grooves, indentations, and the point is that this little indentation has to get into the indentation on the bracelet itself. So if you press like that and slide, you can feel that it catches into those indentations. So once you find a size that you're happy, simply lock this thing in place. It locks in really securely. It really ain't gonna unhook by itself, and that's it. So it's very easy to resize, very easy to use. So how to hook it in place? You catch it on this thing and then close it like that. Hold on a second. It's a little bit tricky looking through the camera screen. Close it like that, so this thing closes flush, there are no gaps, and then you lock it in place with this extra thing. That's how it looks like, and that's basically the reason why it's so comfortable, because it forms this oval shape. So yeah, that's about this strap. High recommendation, really. If you like the look of, they are very comfortable and they're very nice straps. This is green nylon strap, double thickness on Militado ML14 version 2, which in my opinion is one of the best looking military style watches like ever, absolutely ever. I think it's gorgeous. This thing is so beautiful. So how is the strap? Surprisingly good, I must say. Surprisingly good. First of all, the price. It, as I see right now, costs €1.80. Multiple colors available, of course. Green, blue, black, beige, red, and whatever, you know, any color you want, basically. So the main thing about the strap, you know, nylon strap, 2 pieces, as you can see, not a pass-through strap, has a quick release. I really like these keepers. They are, you know, soft, squishy, nice. I like that the thickness of this strap, you know, it's double in thickness. As you can see, the buckle is nice, slim, small buckle without any sharpness whatsoever. It's nice. Those holes are heat treated and they are still holding up just fine. They are not peeling apart. Everything seems to be stitched very nicely. The very end of the strap is heat treated as well. So don't forget the price, less than €2 this strap, and it's soft, it's flexible, and on military styled watches like this one, I mean, it looks just awesome. I'm actually looking to buy more colors. Currently I have only this one, so I may as well gonna buy more sizes and more colors because this strap is just awesome. This is awesome strap. High recommendation. I cannot tell you a single bad thing about this strap. This strap is like no-brainer, must have. Now from one nylon strap to another nylon strap, which is very similar in construction, there is a difference in the pattern and in the feel. This one feels like, well, it feels like a backpack, it feels like a nylon. This one feels a little bit more like fabric of some kind rather than nylon, even though it is still obviously a nylon strap. The price of this strap is actually double the price of this one. This one, as I see right now, €3.95, while this one was around €2. And the main difference is also the keeper. This keeper is very different and I like it. It's actually nice. Even initially I was afraid that this part gonna irritate my skin, but it didn't. I have actually worn this watch on the strap yesterday whole day and I haven't had a trouble. And even though if it would start irritating, you can simply, you know, slide it over like that, whatever, so it's not a problem. So that's basically the difference. 2 simple keepers versus 1 big chunky keeper. The clasp is also fine, no sharp edges, small, not bulky, slim, that's nice. Also quick release. And those holes also, they are, I don't know, glued, heat treated, whatever, something is done, they seem fine. Also edge of the strap is nicely done. The very end looks like that. It seems one of those, well, it's a good strap, that's all I can tell you. And look, it's interesting, it kinda keeps the shape keeps the shape a little bit, but it's a nice strap to touch. It's, well, obviously flexible, breathable, and I really like the texture, the pattern, and also multiple colors and variations of colors are available. And for the price of €4, yeah, I think it's still reasonable, very reasonable price for this strap. And it's also not slim. It's like double thickness nylon strap, just like the previous one as well, as you can see. So yeah, awesome strap, really can't really tell you anything bad about it. And on a watch like this, Pagan design, I think it looks awesome. Nice, good strap, nothing bad I can tell you. And another nylon 2-piece strap, and the difference between this one and the previous strap, well, actually a few differences. First of all, as you can see, it tapers down. I really like this tapering down. I think it looks cool, especially on a watch like this Pagan design, which has this rather strong vintage flavor, I would say, with this shape of the case. And I think This strap is very beautiful combination for this watch. Now another difference between this one and the previous strap is that the inside is actually leather, while the previous strap was like on the top and on the bottom is a double-sided nylon strap. This one on the top nylon and on the bottom leather. And as you can see, it is very wrinkled right now because this strap was extra stiff from the packaging, you know. Initially it was actually difficult to bend it, and it felt like there is a piece of metal inside the strap. It was that stiff, but after massaging it out, well, the initial part of the strap is still a little bit kind of stiff, you know, but the rest of it got nice and flexible, and it feels like the more I massage it out, the better it feels like. And right now it is at the point where I can't really complain anymore. When I put this watch on my wrist, it sits just perfectly on my wrist and it feels nice. So it is actually massageable, even though initially it's super stiff. Another thing is that it does not have quick release. Just simple spring bars. And another thing, well, the size of my wrist you can see in the video description, is that this strap is rather short. I'm set on the third hole, and there isn't really that much of a strap left, to be honest, you know. So if you have something like 18-19 millimeter wrist, I don't know, then this strap is probably gonna be too small for you. But if your wrist is as small as mine, you're gonna be just fine. So besides extra stiffness, there is really nothing to complain about. The keepers look like this. The buckle is a little bit bulky, but nothing too excessive. No sharp edges, nicely finished. It doesn't irritate my skin, nothing feels bad. It seems like a well put together strap. After massaging it out, it feels great. It feels great, and it has this certain militaristic style that looks really good on watches like this Pagani design. And I forgot to check the price. Hold on a second. I'll check the price real quick. It was €4.30. So as a €4.30, I would say it's a good quality item for your watch. Another two-piece nylon strap which has very similar construction to the previous one, because top layer is nylon and bottom layer is leather. So the same construction, and the price of this one is €4.30. And there is one bad thing about this strap that I was not sure about, should I add this strap to my website or not, is because those holes seem like they have a tendency to peel apart. And initially I was very skeptical, but I have worn this strap for a while and tested it out like that. I'm really grinding it right now with my nail, and it turns out that these holes don't peel anymore, just this much. And to be honest with you, while wearing this watch, that is not noticeable. And if the peeling stops right there, it's fine. I mean, €4.30. Besides those holes that little bit peeling apart, this strap actually looks really good. I like that it has a little bit of a burgundy shade. It's a brown strap, okay, but it has a little bit of a burgundy shape. And initially it was rather stiff, but after massaging it out, it got soft and flexible, and right now it actually feels nice. By the way, no quick release. Sadly, no quick release on this strap. Everything else around the edges seems nicely done and nicely stitched. It does not irritate my skin while the strap is on my wrist. The buckle is a little bit to the bulky side of things, but it's still not too crazy, I would say. It's still no sharp edges, feels nice actually. So all around, several colors available, several sizes of course. So you know what, I am still going to add it to my website because I just like how it looks like. I like how it feels like on my wrist. Except, you know, keep in mind those holes are peeling apart, but besides that, nice strap. And another strap which is very similar in construction because underneath it has leather and on the top something similar to nylon. What's different about these ones is that they are called sailcloth straps. And to be honest with you, doing blind test between nylon straps and these so-called sailcloth straps, I honestly couldn't tell the difference. They feel exactly the same. I believe it's just the name because of the design. I'm not sure really what they're made of. I believe they're made of nylon, just like the previous ones as well. What's interesting is that they have this interesting pattern, this interesting texture, and I like it. I think it looks beautiful. On these ones, holes are actually holding just fine. On these ones, holes are not peeling apart. The price was €4.60, so just a little bit more expensive, but actually seems like better quality. And the inside feels nice. On these, feels really nice, and they're kind of flexible out of the box. Not super flexible, but after massaging them out, they got really nice. And something about this leather on the inside that it just feels soft to touch. So these ones are really good, I would say. Stitching looks nice, leather inside feels really nice. They have quick release. Holes seems like they are holding just fine and not peeling apart, well, at least not yet. The keepers also soft, squishy, nice keepers. The buckle, standard buckle, nothing too crazy, but it has no sharp edges. And multiple colors available, of course, and that's how it looks like on this Ojeda watch. I think it's beautiful combination, looking really good. And another color that I bought is this military green, which I think looks great on this yellow dial pagan design. Also, it's a beautiful strap. It has this interesting texture, a little bit of a camouflage pattern, I would say, if you look very carefully. And I think on a watch like this pagan, it looks awesome. So also soft inside. Holes are holding up. Seems they're holding well a little bit, maybe a little bit peeling, but not as bad as the previous one. So anyway, I would actually recommend these a little bit more than the previous strap. And another strap which I bought, which is nothing new. Actually, I've showed you this strap multiple times in my videos already. This is Volviv leather strap, and this time I bought 20mm one because previously I had just 18mm version, and I mostly wear this strap on this vintage style Red Star chronograph watch, and I think it looks really good as a combination on a vintage style watch. Now what's surprising about this strap is that it costs just €3, and it is one of the most comfortable straps that I ever had. The durability, I don't know, the inside feels so soft, so fragile that I probably could tear it apart with just my nail, but I'm not gonna do that. All I can tell you is that I have worn the strap quite a bit and it is holding up just fine. Very nice thing that it is breathable and it's very pleasant to touch, very nice on the inside. And these keepers look really good. I really love this color combination. It really gives vintage vibe. The buckle is nice. Maybe I wish it was a little bit slimmer because these edges sometimes tend to dig into my wrist if I hold my wrist on the table for too long, but they don't have sharp edges whatsoever. It's nicely finished buckle, no sharpness whatsoever. Very soft, very flexible, and plenty of character. It looks awesome. So I also bought 20mm version for other watches, so I could show you this strap on some other watches in my videos because I think it looks just awesome, and it's flexible and lovely straight out of the packaging. You don't need to do extra massaging, no nothing. It's just nice straight out of the box, and it costs just €3. And I mean, just look at this strap. It's awesome. It looks so good. I really love this pattern. It's like, it feels a little bit like some kind of a rug, to be honest with you, and this pattern looks a little bit like a rug, but it gives off a very strong vintage flavor, aesthetics, and on military style watches, on sporty, like on vintage style watches, on military style watches, and even I would say on something dressy like this. Oh gee, that should look really good. Let me quickly put it on. Like, as you see, it's quick release, so it's easy to use. So let me quickly show you how it looks like on this OG. I bet it's gonna look awesome. I bet it's gonna look awesome. How is it looking like? Oh yeah, gives a very strong vintage vibe, I must say, like some kind of old money vibe. Yeah, I think it looks great. I think it looks great. Probably green and blue. I'm not sure about this combination, but there are multiple colors available of this strap. High recommendation, man. €3, and this strap is just awesome. Now, this strap has a little bit of a story because I bought it a long time ago, and I already showed you this strap in one of my videos about straps as an example, as a bad example, and I told you why I'm not adding it to my website. But you know what, after a long time I've changed my mind. I'm actually going to add this strap to my website because I actually wear this strap rather often on military style watches like this one. Let me show you everything about this strap. So the reason why I originally decided not to add this strap to my website is because, well, holes peeling up a little bit, not too bad, nothing too crazy, but the very end of the strap is peeling apart, and you can see the inside of the strap, and it looks like it looks bad, you know. It looks like, oh, it's peeling apart, it's falling apart, it's a bad strap, and that's the reason why I have not added to my website. But you know what, it's so slim, it's so flexible, it feels wonderful on the wrist, and it has this perfect military green color that looks just perfect on a watch like this one. And you know what, on a watch like this one, this end of the strap that's peeling apart looks kind of intentional, I must say. It looks like aged. It doesn't peel anymore. I have worn the strap quite a bit, to be honest with you, and that's it. It doesn't peel any more than it already has. And on a military style watch like this one, on a vintage especially, you know, it looks like it purposeful. It looks like it has to be like that. It's like part of the aesthetics, part of the design, and most importantly, well, the color is just excellent, and it's a very comfortable strap, and I have worn it quite a bit, and that's it. It's not falling apart anymore. It's holding up just fine. So for that reason, I'm actually adding to my website, because I wear it, I use it. This is actually something that I use myself, this strap. So it has a quick release. Keepers look like this. Buckle, nice all around, no sharp edges. So let me give you a close-up shot of how everything is looking like so. This end of the strap, let's just call it part of the design. That's how it's supposed to look like, let's say. The price, I see it's not super cheap, €5, but it's super comfortable, and on military style watches like this one, it looks just perfect. This is a pass-through nylon strap with Velcro. That's what's interesting about the strap. It is holding in place on Velcro. So I think it looks great on watches like this. Melifortic chronograph, by the way, such a beautiful watch. Very beautiful blue dial. Anyway, the strap, the special thing about this strap is that it is very soft. It's very pleasant to touch. Really nice feeling nylon strap. That's how it looks like all around. By the way, it's not possible really to pass it through the spring bars. You have to actually remove spring bars, put the strap, and then set the spring bars, because it's just too thick in some places to pass through. And I bought S size, and it turns out that S size is actually too small for me. The size of my wrist you can find in the video description, by the way. For me, it is set like this, okay? So don't do this mistake and just buy L size. And as the seller states, S size is 160 millimeters, L size 180 millimeters. So the price €3.90. I would say that for the price, this strap feels really awesome, soft, squishy, very comfortable, has certain character that looks great on military style watches, on chronographs. And for the price, it's very comfortable, just don't buy a too small one. Very nice strap though. And this is another pass-through nylon strap on the same watch, and I think this color combination looks really good because the intensity of this brown is basically the same as the intensity of the blue on the dial, and I think it looks just wonderful as a combination. I really like this shade of brown. It looks really good on multiple watches. Special thing about this nylon strap that the keeper is also nylon. You know, usually keepers are something like this, right? Standard, but on this it's just another piece of nylon, which feels nice. Now this strap is very slim, super slim nylon strap, and because of that it's super flexible, very flexible strap. And let me show you up close how it all looks like. The buckle, very nice, slim, no sharp edges. This thing feels and looks nice. I can't really tell you anything bad about this strap, to be honest with you. Holes are heat treated, it seems like, holding up fine for now. The end of the strap as well, something is done. The price, €2.70. I will try to find it for cheaper, but I think it's a reasonable price because, well, it looks really good and it's actually a very comfortable strap. Shiny nylon strap which has this interesting texture. I think it is very beautiful, and especially this shade of blue is so beautiful. It's the perfect shade of blue, I would say, and especially on a watch like this, Millifortic with this blue dial. I mean, just look at this combination, it looks just perfect. The same intensity of color, basically the same color, you could say. It matches this watch so nicely. Yeah, so good strap. Price is €3.90. It's not the soft nylon strap. It's like, feels like just a simple nylon strap. What's special about it is that it's shiny. I really like how shiny it is. I really like this texture. Now those holes, even though they are heat treated, I tried provoking them and they seem like they do have a little bit of tendency peeling apart, but nothing really too excessive. To be honest, this is a slim nylon strap, not a thick one, and is heat treated, as you can see. The hardware looks like so, nothing really unusual. The buckle, no sharp edges anywhere, everything seems nicely finished and stitched together. No, basically €4 this strap. As for €4, I would say it's a very beautiful nylon strap. Can't really tell you anything bad about it, to be honest. This is a pass-through suede leather strap. What it is actually made of, I don't know, probably some kind of PU leather. But the way it feels like microfiber cloth. Instead of feeling like leather, it actually feels like very soft cloth. That's the special thing about this strap. And I also really like the shade of gray of the strap. I think it's beautiful and looks just perfect on this Millifortic watch. It's such a beautiful combination. It looks really good. Now let me take it off the wrist and let me demonstrate you how it behaves. Look, this strap behaves exactly like a microfiber cloth basically, and that's how it feels like. It's the softest, the nicest feeling strap that I ever had. Now the negative thing about this strap is that it peels apart like crazy. Like on the strap itself, well, it looks like this, okay? It's fine, it's not breaking down, you know, it's not like cracking or you know, breaking, but it litters like crazy. And you know, I was a little bit hopeful. I took the strap outside and I was playing with the strap, hoping that it will stop peeling, but it didn't. It still litters like crazy, but I still have hopes that at some point it would start, it would actually stop peeling apart. So I'm not sure about that, but be warned about that. If you care that this strap peels apart like this, then avoid it. Avoid this strap. But I'm still going to add it to my website because it feels just wonderful, and I really love the shade of gray of this strap. Anyway, so the hardware looks like this. Everything stitched in place. The buckle, nothing unusual, no sharp edges. So yeah, that's how this strap looks like. Those holes, by the way, looking like so. I'm really looking forward to wear this strap more, but you know, first of all, I probably need to play a little bit more with this strap, so maybe it would stop littering everywhere, but I'm not sure yet about that. So be cautious with this strap. The price, as I see right now, €5.30. Another type of strap that I bought is nothing new to me. It's just a simple suede leather strap. So I bought gray 20mm, gray 19mm, and this moss green 20mm. I knew these straps very well because I already had 19mm black and 19mm moss green, which I have worn this these straps the most. These are actually my most worn straps, and they are fairly cheap, just €4 per piece, and they are very, very robust, surprisingly so. I have worn this black strap on multiple different watches a lot. I like it very much because it is very, very black. It basically has no reflections whatsoever. It looks really good in person. So, and this green also, this moss green, as you can see, wears over time. So this is fresh moss green, and this is the one that I have worn quite a bit. Yeah, I like that over time it becomes a little bit rough on the top, you see. It gains a little bit more character. These are wonderful straps, simply wonderful. €4, and they're super flexible, super soft, you know, and super nice to touch, very comfortable, and well, multiple colors available, and I really like how they look like. They look beautiful. So first example on this Ojeda watch, this gray color looks just great. So on the inside it has this leather which is soft to touch. They have quick release. They have these keepers. I like that these buckles actually very slim. They don't get in the way. They're very nice to touch. They're not sharp. So one watch. Now also the same strap, also gray, but 19mm. So I think it looks great on this Farasuit watch. Let me put it on. Let me show you as an example. Okay. At first, these keepers are a little bit tight. When the strap is fresh, it's a little bit difficult to pass through because, you know, the strap itself is actually rather grippy, being a suede leather strap. Hold on a second. I can't do it while looking through the camera screen. Let me do that behind the camera screen because it's really not wanna go through, but okay, finally finally it went through. So I guess we found the flaw. While the strap is fresh, it's a little bit difficult to put it on. It's a little bit tight, but that's it. They're gonna loosen up over time, don't worry about it. Oh boy, I think it looks great. The watch itself is very, very beautiful, and combination with this gray suede leather strap, oh yeah, it looks great. So €4, and I like them very much, so that's why I bought them again and again. Multiple sizes, multiple colors. So I obviously do recommend them very much, because this is actually the type of leather strap that I use myself the most. These are actually my most used leather straps, and this moss green looks great on military style watches like this one. Such an awesome looking watch, and on a strap like this also feels comfortable, looks amazing. Yeah, very, very high recommendation. And by the way, pay attention, there are a few different styles, you know. You can get something like this, green with white stitching on edges. This one, oh yeah, this one as well. This one black with black stitching, gray with gray stitching. Also a different version, but basically it's exactly the same strap that has stitching on sides like that. Usually I don't really like them. I like when they are clean without those stitching, so that's why I have plenty of simple ones, and with stitching just a few. Anyway, I really like this color. I think it looks great on this Red Star watch. This strap also you can find on my website. This is retro oil wax discoloration leather strap, and this is actually the only leather strap that I ever got from AliExpress that has this leather sign. So it probably is real leather, but I don't know, it just has this, you know, leather sign, and it's a very, very good quality feeling. It actually feels like real leather, to be honest with you. So this strap is actually nothing new to me. I already had this one 20mm dark brown strap, and interesting thing is that this one has arrived rather dry, and I have left it to be dry because I like how it ages over time, collects all kinds of scratches and wrinkles. It looks aged, even though I haven't really used this strap that much, you know, as it looks like. But it has very cool character, and it looks especially good on military style, vintage style watches like this one. So that's why I also bought 19mm version and chose different color. But what's different about this one is that this one has arrived very nicely waxed. It's not dry whatsoever, this strap, but I already see it is already losing color a little bit. You know, after all, it's called discoloration leather strap, so I believe it needs a little bit more time, and it will probably get that aged look as well. But I must tell you that this feels a lot nicer, a lot softer than the one that I got a long time ago. So they probably have improved their quality, I don't know, but this one is definitely not dry. It's definitely very well lubricated. It's soft, it's flexible, it feels wonderful. So that's how it looks like all around. The buckle is nice, slim, no sharp edges. The one downside of these straps is that they don't have quick release, so that's the thing. But they feel like really good quality straps, this one. I really hope this one is gonna dry out over time a little bit, and also gonna start aging like this dark brown one, because it's just cool. I've also added extra hole for myself, and this extra hole also is holding up just fine. Yeah, this is awesome strap. So maybe if you want this aged effect, go for darker color. So I suspect that this aged effect is gonna be more noticeable on a dark color than on a bright one. It's probably not gonna be that apparent, probably. All I can tell you that these straps are awesome. They are very, very good quality. They have very nice character, but they're a little bit pricey. Close to €8 these straps, but I do highly recommend them. Another strap that I bought is this 19mm gray nylon strap, which has a rather strange name, ribbed strap ballistic fabric. I don't know what that means, ballistic fabric, but all I can tell you that it looks awesome. It has this very nice pattern that looks really good on militaristic style watches like this Adidas Dive, and it's very tough feeling strap. So I already had 20mm version, this one and this one. By the way, look at this color, crazy pink color. I thought it's gonna be red, but it turns out it's actually pink. But I'm not disappointed, it looks rather interesting on certain watches. And this, I have already demonstrated this strap in multiple of my videos on multiple different watches. Initially, this strap feels rough. This is a rough feeling strap, but over time, it softens up. It softens up and becomes more, you know, nice to feel. So anyway, it feels like it's a very, very durable strap. That's how it looks like all around. I especially love the design of the strap. There is something about the strap. These slim keepers, you know, this slim buckle. It's just a nice looking, cool nylon strap, and on certain watches it looks really good, like this Adidas Dive as well. This Adidas Dive 19mm, so this one is still fresh. This strap, that's how it looks like. Awesome looking watch on an awesome looking strap. This also as well. So yeah, and this Pagani, of course. This Pagani, yeah, I do recommend this strap. It usually goes around €3, and it's actually a good strap. This is a 22mm silicone strap. I bought it specifically for watches like this one, so I could show you something different in my videos. The price €2.90, and I must tell you that it feels awesome. It feels simply awesome. It is also available in 20mm and multiple different colors, so I'm probably gonna buy more because I'm actually surprised how much I like it. It's, you know, one of those silicone straps that's very slippery. You know, some silicone straps tend to be a little bit sticky, so this one is the opposite. This is very slippery, very soft and squishy silicone strap. Very good quality, and I mean, come on, less than €3. The only thing that I don't like is that the buckle is a little bit excessive. I wish it was smaller, so maybe it's gonna be smaller on 20mm version, I don't know, but I wish the buckle was a little bit smaller. What I like is that at least it is slim, you know, it's wide, but at least it is slim, so you ain't gonna feel it on the wrist. That's important. Also like that this keeper is, you know, it has its own place where it stays, so that's nice. I also like the design of this. It looks like shark fins, you know, and this gray color also, I believe it's gonna look great on multiple watches. Yeah, very good feeling strap. Nothing wrong about this strap. Just around €3. High recommendation. Really good strap, this one. And this is yet another silicone strap, which is very cheap. It was just €1.60. It's a very cheap strap. I bought it because I like the pattern. I think it looks interesting. It looks nice, and I especially like the shade of this gray color. It looks great on this watch. And I also bought a brown one. Brown one looks like this, also really good looking, and I really like that the starting of the strap is facing down a little bit. It's a little bit curved, so it does feel nice on the wrist. How does it feel like? You know, it's not sticky, you know, that's important thing. It's labeled as a silicone strap, and nice thing is that it's not sticky. It feels a little bit more like rubber, but very soft rubber. That's how it feels like. So that's how it looks like all around. Let me show you. The inside obviously very breathable, and as far as I have worn this strap, I haven't got indentations, you know, that would be annoying on my wrist. I haven't really felt that, so it's fine. Also, the one keeper is fixed place. That's nice. Another one is loose to move around. The buckle may be a little bit excessive, you know, it's a little bit wide, a little bit, you know, big, but at least it is slim. You know, that's the most important thing, that it is slim and it does not have any sharp edges. It feels nice. It has a quick release. So anyway, this is gray one. Come on, I mean, €1.60. Wonderful feeling silicone strap, which is a little bit like a mixture between a rubber and a silicone. And it looks awesome. I really like this pattern. So yeah, and also this Pagan design on the wrist with this brown strap. Yeah, it looks great. I mean, less than €2, this strap. Really good strap. One of those, you know, obvious recommendations. And another silicone strap. The price of this one is €3.40, as I see right now. It also feels wonderful, slippery, very nice, soft feeling silicone strap. And the special thing about the strap is that it has curvy ends which can follow the contour of the watch itself. But that's a little bit tricky. Let me show you something. The good thing about this Torn watch, the lugs themselves are not really that long, so the fitment is snug. You know, it's a soft silicone strap, so you can actually squeeze it in, lock it in place, and there are no gaps. It fits this Torn watch just flawlessly, perfectly, you know. That's how it looks like from behind. A very snug, very nice fit, and I really like that it is facing down, effectively hugging the wrist. It's actually a super comfortable strap. Now the problem is if those lugs are a little bit longer, so it's not a very snug fit, so there could be a little bit of a gap. So I bought also another color, also 20mm. It would look great on this watch, but sometimes when the watch is on the wrist, I can see the gap, you know, and that just doesn't look very nice. So it's hit or miss, you know. If a watch has long lugs, it's probably aren't gonna fit nicely, but if a watch has short lugs like this Torn, then it's gonna fit nicely and gonna look great. And you know, overall, €3.40 for a very nice feeling silicone strap. So the keepers look like this. Also, this keeper is fixed in place. This one is loose. The buckle has a little bit of a strange design, to be honest with you, but at least, you know, it kind of follows the strap itself. And it's not thick, it's slim, it's not sharp, so everything is fine. On the inside it looks like so. It's a very nice feeling silicone strap, I must say. And this gray color, also great color. It's gonna look great on many watches that don't have lugs that are too long. So I do recommend it, but keep in mind, you know, the fitment could be a little bit tricky. These are so-called tropical style silicone straps, and these ones are actually quite old. I had them for quite a while and I showed you these in multiple of my videos already. They are soft, flexible, slippery, they feel nice, and they have plenty of colors to choose from. Also, this is a black one, looks great on this watch. So I like them, and they cost just €2. So I also bought yellow one, which looks great on this Pagan design watch. Just keep one thing in mind, this is not really pure yellow, this is a little bit of an orangey yellow, but the mismatch is not really that noticeable on this Pagani watch. I also bought gray color, which looks great on this Torn watch. Very nice color, actually. I like this a little bit darker gray color. I think looks good. And I like the pattern. These straps have very nice pattern and nice edges. You know, they are interesting. Not a plain piece of silicone. They have some texture, something going on, some design. I also bought white because you've been telling me in my videos that, oh, this watch should look nice on a white strap. So here we go. Now we have a white strap that I can show you in my videos. By the way, let me show you how it looks on my wrist. Just €2, man. This strap, just €2. Yeah, they look awesome. They look awesome. One problem though with these straps, well, actually two problems. Let me quickly demonstrate you. I haven't found these straps in shorter versions. They all are rather long, and because this end is, you know, it's a little bit pointy, so especially on my small wrist, this end is rather noticeable, so that could be annoying. You can cut it off, but it's actually very difficult to cut it off nicely. I tried cutting it off on this black strap and I just couldn't get it done nicely. So be cautious cutting these straps off, because, well, that's a little bit of a problem with these straps for me. If you have bigger wrists, you might gonna be fine, but for small wrists, I haven't found smaller size, sadly. Another problem is that this buckle has a little bit of thickness. It's a little bit tall, even though it doesn't have sharp edges, but because of its tall size, when I have my wrist on the table for a long time, it leaves indentations, this part, and gets itchy a little bit because of that. But normally there are no problems on these straps. They are breathable, super flexible, they are not sticky, they're actually nice. €2 and many colors available. Yeah, these straps are fun. These are good ones for the money. And the last strap in this video is this leather strap with holes, which wasn't super cheap. It was €7, but considering the quality of this strap, I would say it is fairly priced. I would say the price is very reasonable for this strap. First of all, it looks awesome, especially on a chronograph watch like this Millifortic. I think it's very nice combination. And the quality, even though initially it felt a little bit stiff, after massaging it out, it actually feels nice. And most importantly, those holes on the inside, they don't feel sharp. On cheaper straps, usually that's the problem, but on this one, those holes do not irritate my skin. That's important thing. Negative thing is that this strap does not have quick release. No quick release on the strap. But generally speaking, this strap feels good quality. Squishy, flexible, adaptable, you know. And it looks well built. It's a nice looking strap. Nice stitching, by the way. Fat, thick stitching all around. And it tapers down quite a bit. Hold on, actually, you know what? Let's measure how much it tapers. So this is 20mm version strap. It tapers down to 15.5 basically. So tapers quite a bit. I like that. I like that it tapers down a lot. So the keepers look like such. Nice keepers. The buckle looks a little bit, you know, a little bit cheapish, to be honest with you. Just a slim piece of metal, but most importantly, it doesn't have sharp edges, and it's slim. You know, it has slim profile. That's important. So for around €7, I would say that I actually gonna buy more of these. This is a good strap, not super cheap one, but actually a good strap. Well, that is it. I hope you found my website and this video helpful, and I hope you found some nice straps for yourself. And if there are any watches from this video that you're interested in, you can find them on my website as well. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.